guys, welcome to tonight's Big Brother 23 chat.
Oh, it's episode 16. Hello.
And it's eviction night, baby.
All right. Well, last time, if you recall, they left us in a ridiculous cliffhanger.
Yeah, they didn't want us to know if Christian was going to be backdoored or not. It's a big deal, okay?
What I really want to know, does Britney have brain damage now from
I
that
know!
competition?
I can't stop thinking about it.
It's like shaken Britney syndrome.
Yeah.
It's really, it could be very serious. Whoever came up with that competition was, I'm sorry, you were stupid. I'm saying it.
Ooh, shots fired.
Yeah. Pew, pew. So what the hell was going on behind Julie?
Oh my God.
At the beginning of the show.
Julie does her, like, dramatic, like, blah, 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 and then this and that. And then in the background, they show the house guests, like, sitting on the couches, and they're doing their little dance. What is that?
Take it.
Yeah, they love doing the wave.
Oh, my God.
But it was so funny, because they had, like, 3 different house guests showing, and they were all doing this dance. It was hilarious.
What did you think of Julie's sensible back-to-school outfit?
I enjoyed it. It was fun.
On the West Coast, they're already back at school, so, yeah. I mean...
She was going for that monochromatic look.
It was
Worked
nice.
It out.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Actually, it was probably one of my more favorite outfits from Julie.
Okay.
Outfits.
Yeah. All right. Well, there was a lot to show in this episode. A lot to get to this week. And it was still only a fraction of what actually happened on the live feeds.
So let's start with the veto meeting.
They got right down to business.
Brittany used the veto on herself.
Mm-hmm.
And Derek X said, Christian.
Please take a seat.
Yes.
Yeah, so we told him, like, you're a big competitive threat. I gotta do this. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And he said, it's okay.
I mean, it wasn't like a total shock because Derek X did tell Alyssa beforehand and she clued in Christian, so it wasn't a huge blindside or anything.
What do you think would have happened if it was a blindside?
I think
it
would have been freaking wild.
He would have blown up?
He might have.
Well, Sarah B's not too upset because this is her best case scenario.
Yeah, I mean, being up on the block against a huge target like Christian,
yeah,
that's pretty much the best you can ask for when you're nominated.
It's the best a man can get.
All right. It's a real Gillette.
That's right.
Yeah, so she's like, I guess I can just kind of sit back this week because Christian...
He's not very good at campaigning because he's got nothing...
I mean, not just that he's not good at it. It's also just he's such a huge threat that...
Yeah.
It's better for her to just sit back and let him talk himself out the door, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
Well... Big D goes over and consoles Christian, and already Christian is campaigning.
Yeah.
So he's like, can I have your vote?
And Big D says, yeah. He's like, yeah, I got you. Britney did the same thing. Like, these jokers, what's going on?
They're jokers.
They're promising these votes, but Big D's like, oh crap, I still gotta check in with the other jokers.
With my million alliances.
I gotta check in with the cookout. I mean, out of everybody, he's got one of the lowest numbers of alliances, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know.
How many final twos does he have?
I don't know, a few.
I wish we had a big spreadsheet so we could see, like,
people do make alliance charts online. Wow. They can be hard to follow, though, even when it's all laid out in front of you.
So then Christian starts campaigning to Derek X. Which, I don't know what the point of campaigning to Derek X is because he's the HOH.
I mean, yeah, he doesn't have a vote. I could see where...
He doesn't have a tiebreaker.
You know, he's thinking he's the HOH, so maybe if I can get Derek X on my side, he'll sway some votes. But again, yeah, it's not...
He's the toilet guy. He's got to stay there and listen to him, too. He can't be like, I'm leaving.
Yeah, because Christian started campaigning, like...
Before he went into the toilet.
Yeah, and he was telling Derek X, like, this is all Sarah Beth's fault. Like, Sarah Beth threw me under the bus. She's a liar.
Come on, dude. We all know what's really going on here. You were coming after Derek X.
I mean, he did say he was. Yeah.
All right.
He's not innocent here.
Yes. So, let's talk about the punishments. They had a lot to get to.
They had to squeeze these in here because everyone would have been confused if they didn't explain why Claire is in the car-to-tard or Kylan is dressed up like a donkey.
Serving up sandwiches.
Yeah.
So yes, Claire, her punishment is Duke of the Deck. She's got to wear that outfit, and she has to amuse the king by playing 52 pickup by herself.
Yeah.
So you know what that means. Throw all the cards on the floor and pick them up.
Yeah.
And then Kai, he's Jackass of Clubs. He's got the most adorable donkey costume
I love it.
on,
It's so cute.
with a little card vest.
Yes. And he is pulling it off.
And he's got to make club sandwiches for everybody. So this isn't just like some club sandwich from 7-Eleven where you pop it in the microwave in the plastic container and like it comes out all hot. You got to toast the bread.
Yeah.
This is a gourmet club sandwich. You have to cook the bacon, get the other cold cuts, chop the vegetables, get the condiments ready. Mm-hmm. You got to get the little frilly toothpicks to hold it all together. Just to make enough sandwiches for everybody, it took him like an hour and a half.
Woo! I think Big Brother tells him a different amount of people every time that he's going to be making the Sammys for.
I would be so sick of eating club sandwiches after a week. I would be like, please, no more.
You know who I'm sure is very happy to be enjoying them?
Big D.
The have-nots.
Oh.
The have-nots. Because they are allowed to eat the sandwiches.
Big D looks like a sandwich kind of guy, though.
I mean, who's not?
I love a good sandwich.
I had a sandwich for lunch today.
Why not? All right, so Tiffany and Christian.
Okay, Christian started campaigning like the second after he hit the block, and he did not stop for the last like 3 days or whatever.
Yeah.
It's been exhausting, but I gotta give him props for trying.
Right.
Because he did everything he could.
Well, he's talking to Tiffany, and she is telling him, I'm gonna vote with the house. Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, the house wants to keep me.
Yeah, he's like, I got these jokers.
So you're going to be like the swing vote to keep me. Mm-hmm. And she knows that he does not have the votes. But he thinks he has the votes.
So Tiffany is tired of being hassled about her vote. So she goes to talk to Britney and Azza. And she's like, you guys need to be honest with Christian.
And Big D.
Well, he came in later, yeah. She was like, you guys need to be more honest with Christian about your votes because
I'm tired of being harassed.
Yeah. And she says, if you don't tell him, I'm going to tell him for you.
Uh-oh.
So then, of course, Britney starts crying, and Oz's like, well, that puts Britney in a really difficult position. And Tiffany's like, I don't care. I'm in a difficult position, too.
And Big D said, I don't care what that bitch has got to say.
Ooh!
Multiple times.
There was an awful lot of bitch in this episode.
Yes.
I gotta say, Derek F. did not look good here, but I also gotta say, they were very kind to Tiffany in the edit tonight.
Yeah.
Very kind to Tiffany.
Yeah.
And that's coming from a Tiffany fan.
All right.
She was sloppy this week.
She said, I'm going to tell them if you don't tell them.
Mm-hmm.
We already said that.
Yeah. So Big D is pissed. Mm-hmm. Oz is pretty upset too, but Big D was like big mad.
He does not want to be in the cookout
with
if Tiffany's in the cookout. And this is ruining Xavier's dream because he just wants to get the 6 to the jury. Dream? Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like in this conversation.
No, this is Xavier's dream.
Well, it's all of their dreams.
Well, then why is Big D...
They all have this common goal, you know?
Yes, but it seems like some people want it more than others.
I don't know.
I always felt like Azza and Big D, they couldn't care less.
I mean, I think they care. Honestly, I feel like Hannah is the most dedicated to the cookout, which is ironic since they weren't even going to include her at first. Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
But she's also the most mature and she's the youngest one. But, Big D was talking to Azza and saying, like, I'm done with Tiffany. I don't like the way she talks to us. I don't like the way she tries to tell us what to do. It's not okay.
I only listen to my mom and God, and she isn't either one of those.
Sherry!
Yeah. Sherry or Shelly?
I think Sherry.
Okay.
Because Shelly is Sarah Beth's girlfriend.
Who
does exist! But anyway,
and she is bi.
Yeah, Azza is telling Derek F, like, don't say that. Don't say you don't want to work with the cookout. Just relax. Mm-hmm. It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
things have been tense the last few days for the cookout.
Ozza tries to rein him in.
Yeah.
And I guess she was kind of successful.
Kind of. Well, anyway.
The cookout is still a thing. So,
yeah. Christian was campaigning to Tiffany again. And he's saying, I need your vote. I can stay if I have your vote. And she's telling him, look.
The jokers are not voting for you.
And he's like, yeah, they are. They told me they are.
They're flip-floppers. They're not going to vote for you. He's hoping they'll flop for him.
Yeah, Christian's like, what if they flop for me?
They won't, honey. They won't.
Yeah, so...
Tiffany tells Xavier that she wants to keep Christian.
Yeah, and I mean, she's been saying this all week. She would definitely prefer to have Christian stay than Sarah Beth.
It would be better for her game.
She has been going hard for Sarah Beth to leave since last week.
Yeah, did she, forget about that along the way somehow?
No, she's always been talking she wants Sarah Beth out. But she kind of, let it go.
Because she wanted to stay with the house?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know, but
it's complicated.
She has a little light bulb go on, and she's like, well, if Xavier and Alyssa are 2 votes, and I'm a vote, I'm only going to need 2 more votes, and I could probably get Claire.
Yeah.
And possibly Britney.
Right.
That's a big if.
What they left out here was they were also maybe we could get Big D. Xavier did talk to Big D about it, and Big D was like, no. So then they were like, let's try Britney.
Right.
So Tiffany was talking about the vote with Claire, and of course Claire's like, I'm on board, sure, whatever. And then it was time...
she really? Or...
Yeah, no, she was definitely on board for it, because she feels like it's better for her personal game to have Christian there than Sarah Beth.
Right. So once she, meaning Tiffany, secured Claire, she told Christian to go get Britney.
Yeah.
And when...
Well, I just want to say, this whole sequence of events was not on the live feeds. This happened while the feeds were down. And the way that this was described after the fact, you'd think it was this huge blowout argument. That's not what we saw tonight. I don't know, but anyway, Christian goes to get Britney.
Did they edit it down or
I don't know. I think maybe they just
beefed it?
They just built it up to be more than it actually was after. But
where's the beef?
Yeah, so Tiffany sends Christian to go and get Britney.
And Britney's parents say
she can't come outside and play today.
Who are you, and why
Who's
do you
asking to talk to our daughter?
Exactly. So
when they find out that it's Tiffany, they're like, no, we're going with her.
They put on their high heels and they go up to the HOH room with Britney.
Yeah.
They escort Britney up to the HOH room.
So when the 3 jokers arrive at the HOH room, Tiffany's just like, I asked to talk to Britney.
What are you doing here? And I guess that's where Britney's parents have a mini meltdown, which wasn't really that much of a meltdown. Just
I mean, it was definitely, intense, but it wasn't, a screaming match. But Derek F. was like, we're all supposed to be on the same page, right? So, why can't we all just talk together?
Right.
Why do you have to talk to Britney? And the reason that Derek F. and Ozza went up there is because the last few days, Britney has been in tears, so upset about being cornered about her vote, so they didn't want it to happen. Injury. I mean, maybe. They didn't want it to happen again. So they're like, no.
Again, Big Brother, what are you doing with that competition? That was so dangerous. Have you ever heard of shaken baby syndrome? It's the same. It's like shaken Britney syndrome.
Well, just all you have to know is you could get a concussion from doing that.
Yes.
It's bad. But anyway, needless to say, this incident caused some even deeper cracks within the cookout. Mm-hmm. Tiffany is pissed at Derek F. and Ozza, and they're pissed at Tiffany.
Right. All right. So it's time for Julie to check in.
Okay.
And Julie said, beg for your life. Christian, you're up first. And he said, okay, thanks. It's not personal. I know it's a game. That's sum and substance. And then Sarah B said...
Wait, I just have to say, Sarah Beth thanked her friends and family or shouted them out or whatever. Is Tiffany later going to be like, what about Shelly? She didn't say anything about Shelly.
She Shout out Shelly.
You just know they're going to look into that.
Anyway, she said, I'm covered in bruises, but we're such an amazing cast.
Well, she was also saying, like, this is probably the last week before jury, and if you keep me around, I will be a fair juror. I will help pick somebody to represent the season.
A bitter juror? I have my doubts.
I don't know. I think she would probably be fair. I think, but...
One wouldn't know until one was in that position, would they?
I guess. But Julie was all like, how do you know there's not going to be a twist about the jury? And everyone was like, wow.
Yeah. Julie
said, that's my thing.
All right, so it's time to e-vote.
Okay.
And email your votes in. Oh, Christian is evicted by vote of 7-2.
Alyssa and Xavier were the two votes to keep Christian. They knew that it was not going to go in his favor, but they still wanted to do that anyway.
That was nice. You know what? I wish there were more votes like that instead of these scared little rabbits.
The house vote, yeah. So, as Christian was leaving,
the last person that he said goodbye to was Alyssa. And when he planted a big, fat, heavy-duty kiss on her,
the rest of the house guests lost their damn minds!
They did!
I guess they hadn't seen them kiss before that. So,
I thought everybody saw them kiss.
No, they've seen them, like, cuddled up and stuff, but I don't think they've ever seen them kiss. So they were freaking the F out.
They needed major freak-out control.
Yeah.
Whoa. They were screaming. They were clutching their hearts, looking for the defibrillator paddles.
Yeah, even Julie was like, oh my god, I need to ask all my Alyssa questions first.
Yes. So we find out that Christian is a curly girl.
Well, okay, so Julie was asking, like, what do you think is going to happen after the show with you and Alyssa? And Christian seems very hopeful that they're going to date, but, like, the impression that I get from Alyssa is, like, they're not. I don't know. But then, yeah, when he was saying, oh, Alyssa calls me her
curly girl.
Was he saying curly girl or girly girl? I couldn't really tell.
I think curly, because his hair is curly.
I don't know. Apparently, it's, like, some sort of inside joke between the two of them. But,
curly
like,
girl.
To me, it just sounds like friend zone. I don't know.
Well, he wants to have a real relationship, but who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe he should move out of his parents' house first.
Okay. So then Julie was asking,
why are you here?
Yeah.
And he said, well,
I won 57% of the competitions I was in and blah, blah, blah.
I don't know how he figured that out, but without a calculator.
I mean, I guess it's not that hard to figure it out. They got a lot of time in there.
I guess. He was a beast of a competitor.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, too, he had a very, very strong social game. I mean, Tiffany was in there. Tiffany was in there thinking that Christian was, like, her real-life son. Because they've got the same name, and they just had this, like, mother-son relationship in there. She was always doing his hair.
Okay. So... their hard feelings.
Yeah, she was asking, like, do you respect the move by Derek X? And Christian admitted, like, yeah, I did want to make the move against him as well, so, like, I get it. But he also feels like it wasn't, like, super cool that he was backdoored and he didn't have a chance to play for the power veto. But that's just the game, you know?
Well, he also said he didn't come for the money. He just wanted to play the game.
That just screams recruit to me.
He would have done better on Love Island.
Yeah.
He would have been way more entertaining.
I mean, I thought he said, like, if he didn't get picked for Big Brother, they already said he would be on Love Island,
right.
So...
Too bad.
Yeah.
All right, so Julie said, hey, you scrubs, get to the living room. I got something to tell
announcement.
You. Yes. Jolie says... it's actually jury. I wasn't just effing with you.
She said, suck it, Sarah Beth. That's my announcement.
Yeah. But there's a new twist, which sounds super complicated.
This does sound very complicated.
So, for some reason, they have a room with, like...
that's, like, something they've been doing the last few seasons.
A saw room with, like, games in it.
The high roller room. Woo! That's, like, that other room upstairs, right?
Yeah, isn't that the one where they would do the other twist? Like, pre-jury
the temptation
twist?
room or whatever it is. Yeah. So, yes, we've seen something like this before, but the twist itself is kind of complicated. So they're going to have 3 different...
Unique, never before seen BB Casino games.
Okay.
Hope it's not Shake Your Brains.
No.
And there are 3 game-changing powers. Julie said kind of what they were, but I didn't care enough to write it down. One of them... Like an extra veto or something? Yeah.
Something about taking away the HOH's power or something. I didn't hear what the first one was. I don't remember.
But the better they get, the more
powerful the powers are, the more expensive they are. And you need BB bucks, which just makes me think of like Shroot bucks. But America will be e-voting to decide who is going to get...
Literally e-voting.
Yeah, who's going to be getting the BB bucks. So that
e-texting.
Right. The top 3 vote getters will be getting 100 BB bucks. Right. The next 3 will be getting 75. And the rest of you losers will be getting 50. So you don't have to spend your bucks right away. You can save them up for a later week.
It seems like it's 1 power per week. I kind of got that from the takeaway. But you don't buy the power.
No, I think you buy the chance to play.
You're
buying the lottery ticket
to play for the power, but then
We'll see how it happens. I mean,
is each minimum bet like,
I have no idea.
And the money can be banked from week to week. So like if you want to save all of your money for a chance at the best power at the end. I just don't like stuff like this because it's not
cut and dry.
It's like when they have the Survivor auction and it's like some people get to eat and some people don't, and like some people
That's the game. It's a gamble.
Yeah, it is a gamble, and I don't like that.
Well, that's kind of like the theme of the season. So, All
right, well,
after when they were like, let's eavesdrop on the house guests, was everyone talking about this new twist? No. They were talking about the freaking Christian and Alyssa kiss.
And they were living.
They were still like, oh my God, I love it. I'm living for it. Yeah, they're obsessed with it. I can't believe that they were talking about that over the twist.
I'm surprised they didn't all start making out with each other.
Yeah, so we didn't get to find out who the next HOH is. They're going to be showing that on Sunday night's show, but I'm assuming they'll be doing that tonight on the feeds. Well, not on the feeds, but we'll find out on the feeds.
Right.
So
you'll find out after they film it.
Right.
Don't forget to text your vote for whoever you want
to get the
bucks. Most money.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Dwight Schrute on it with a beat.
Yeah, so that was tonight's episode. So let us know what you guys thought about all that in the comments.
Who do you want to win HOH?
Who are you putting your votes towards? Let us know.
Who are you voting for?
I don't know. I don't feel like texting, honestly. Is there still like an online option? Like, I don't like the text vote thing.
No. I don't. But if you were, who would you vote for?
I would say maybe like Derek X.
Derek X.
He's not afraid to make big moves.
I feel bad for Britney. Let her get a damn HOH.
I'd like to see Derek F maybe get something and cause some chaos.
Honestly, I didn't get to speak to this on the end of the spoiler, but I feel like since Britney won her veto, she's grown exponentially.
I think so too.
In the house. And she had on false eyelashes tonight.
Julie even said something about it.
She said, ooh, those eyelashes. Lovely.
All right. Well, anyway, I think that's a good note to end it on.
Give that a chef's kiss.
So we'll see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, much love.